Alright guys, welcome back to Urge. We're moving on today into the School of Necromancy Wizard.
Yes.
If you guys are new to the channel, what we're going to do here is we're going to go through each of the abilities in this subclass here, and then once we do that, we're going to give scores to the RP value, the combat value, and the overall class synergy, how the subclass improves on the base class. We are still also doing our giveaway for the new Eberron book coming out, so to be entering that, make sure you comment down below talking about this video. And also subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications so when new videos come out.
Yes.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like as well.
Yes.
But without any further ado, we're just going to jump straight into this subclass.
With wizards, every subclass is based on an individual school of magic, and they kind of describe the kind of wizard that would specialize in a school like this. So, for the School of Necromancy, School of Necromancy explores the cosmic forces of life, death, and undeath. As you focus your studies in this tradition, you learn to manipulate the energy that animates all living things. As you progress, you learn to sap the life force from a creature as your magic destroys its body, transforming that vital energy into magical power you can manipulate. Most people see necromancers as menacing or even villainous due to their close association with death. Not all necromancers are evil, but the forces they manipulate are considered taboo by many societies. I mean, that makes sense.
Very interesting.
If you're bringing back things and you have zombies falling behind you, it's like, it'd be weird to a lot of people.
Right. It's like, that's my uncle.
Not Dave. With all the other subclasses with wizards, you get the fill-in-the-blank savant, which all that's going to be is with your wizard spellbook. Both the casting time and gold cost to copy spells of the given school, in this case necromancy, to your spellbook is cut in half. Simple enough.
Also at level 2, you gain Grim Harvest. Basically what this is every time you cast a spell of first level or higher and it kills a target, you're able to gain twice the spell's level back in hit points, or 3 times if it's a necrotic spell. So whenever you kill something, you gain a little bit of health back. Not a whole lot, but every little bit of health counts with that small hit die.
Yeah, when you're a wizard, every bit counts.
You don't gain this benefit for killing constructs or other undead, though. So
right, it's got to be stuff that actually has life inside of it.
Correct.
Kind of makes sense. Level 6, you get Undead Thralls. So you get to add the Animate Dead spell to your spellbook if you haven't already learned it. The big thing is you can target one additional corpse or pile of bones, so giving you not just one undead friend, but 2 undead friends to do your bidding. Not only do you get to add them extra, but they are now more beefy. They get to increase their maximum hit points equal to your wizard's level. So level 6, they're getting 6 extra hit points. For I think we looked at a skeleton normally has 13
yes, 13
hit points.
Hit points 13.
So, for that case, even as soon as you get it, you're already giving them a 50% bump in their health. Besides the maximum health, they also get to add their proficiency to their weapon, your proficiency to their weapon damage rolls. So that just helps increase their damage output for sure.
Then at level 10, you gain Inured to Undeath.
Hard to say.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know how many times I tried to say this. But anyways, I probably said it wrong anyway. You gain resistance to necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum cannot be reduced.
Simple enough.
Yeah, that's it. That's yeah, guys.
Pretty straightforward there.
Lastly, level 14, you have Command Undead.
This is the fun one.
This one's pretty cool. It basically makes you a zombie master person. Whenever you see an undead within 60 feet of you, you can use an action to force that creature to make a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, you can't use it on that creature again ever.
Right.
But if it fails, it becomes friendly to you and obeys your command until you use the feature again. There is a few more
a couple of caveats here.
Intelligent undead are harder to control, as it says. If they have an intelligence of 8 or higher, it has advantage on the saving throw. Okay, so you want to target really stupid things.
Big dumb brutes.
If it has an intelligence of 12 or higher, it can repeat the saving throw every hour until it breaks free. So as long as you target something that has less than a 12 intelligence, you will have a permanent zombie buddy unless you cast it again on. So you want to upgrade your zombie buddy to a bigger zombie buddy.
Yeah.
That other zombie buddy, depending on whether or not the new zombie buddy fails. I like saying zombie buddy.
He does.
Whether he fails or succeeds the saving throw, it says as soon as you use this ability again, it drops on the last creature you have. So if it fails, then you just lose your friend until you find a new one.
Right.
So be very careful deciding when you want to try to upgrade your zombie buddy.
Yes.
Very important.
Appreciate your zombie buddy. Whew.
That being said, we'll move directly into the rating portion of the video.
Yes.
First up, we have the RP value. Now, as we've done for all the other wizard subclasses, we give a little bit of bonus here for the introduction to the subclass for defining the Necromancy School of Magic. Also, we had a little bit of discussion about this subclass. It's a little bit different than some of the other subclasses because the ways that it impacts your role-playing value are not necessarily as direct as some of the other subclasses. There are some that are clearly like, you use this ability and it makes no sense to use in combat, so you're pretty much going to use it for RP settings. But this subclass, most all of your abilities are combat-based, but it does specify in the introduction that the way that necromancers are viewed in society are typically taboo in nature.
Right.
So having a bunch of zombies or skeletons following you around everywhere could have
Zombie
very
buddies.
indirect social repercussions.
Yes.
It can be very interesting for how your DM handles that, and depending on the campaign setting you're in.
If you have a bunch of zombie buddies, you will not have a lot of regular buddies.
We gave the RP value a 3.
Yes.
Just because, again, the abilities aren't necessarily directly impacting your RP, but they're indirectly. I mean, you could straight up, your command undead, you could legitimately just turn your campaign into Weekend at Bernie's, where you're dressing up this undead thing, you know, they can follow you around. It could be some really hilarious things there. Yeah. Depending on your DM and the setting your campaign's in, we didn't want to give it a 1 or 2 just because of how it specifically even mentions that it's taboo and they're seen as evil by a lot of people just because of the darkness and dealings with death. So that gives a little bit extra oomph than some other subclasses in that regard.
Absolutely. With the combat side of things, we're going to dig into this a little bit. But we ended up scoring-wise a 4 out of the 5 possible floops. But we did some math. If you take Animate Dead as your signature spell, level 20, which not a bad idea to do so if you're going to run this subclass.
To your subclass.
Because it's how it's built. You can then, if you spend all your spell slots, you get 100 zombies. Yes, 100 of them.
Plus, you still have your first and second level spells.
Right.
You're burning all your third level plus to cast Animate Dead, basically.
Yes. Every day, and then using it to maintain control of them. Otherwise, you've created a bunch of zombies, and then you're like, I don't feel like controlling them today, and you've let loose 100 zombies on the earth. Once you have so many targets hitting a thing, like every third creature targeting the same thing as an automatic hit.
There's like mob rules for multiple. If there's X number of enemies attacking, then you just auto hit. You don't have to roll to hit 100 times.
Because your poor DM or your poor yourself trying to roll all those things. You know, if it's a skeletal archer, 1d8 plus 4, average damage 5 plus 4 is 9 damage. Plus the 33 that hit, you're talking about 297 damage.
Yeah, it's assumed. At level 22, they're gonna have plus 10 to hit, so they're not just gonna be missing every shot, because of your Undead Thralls.
That's every turn that they're. Because essentially, you use the ways where you use your bonus action on one turn to be like, kill that. If you're fighting some big giant what's-a-who's, you see 100 skeletal archers go. I mean,
volley.
But yeah, so. Long description to say really cool things you can do with it. And plus you do get your Command Undead, so we did some digging on that as well.
Yeah, the best possible target for Command Undead would be a Nightwalker, which is a CR 20 monster.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a big guy. Yep. He also has 6 intelligence, so he doesn't have advantage on the saving throw.
Right, that's the important thing.
He also has a -1 to charisma. So
very good chance he fails the saving.
90% chance he's gonna fail
the
saving throw. And then you have level 20 CR permanent buddy there. That would be best case scenario. Obviously, that's not going to happen pretty much in any campaign. If your DM knows that you can do this, they're probably not going to throw that at you just because of the fear that you could have the player characters with a level 20 CR monster in their party would vastly make their life difficult.
Right.
But it's possible.
If so, maybe your DM's going to try to throw like 4 ancient dragons at you at once.
Right. Some of the other good targets would be a Mummy Lord. It has intelligence of 11, so it does get advantage on the saving throw, but it's a legendary creature.
Yeah.
Anyway, and if it does fail the charisma save, I think it does get +3 to charisma as well. So if it does fail, it is permanently under your control because it doesn't have a 12 intelligence, so it doesn't get to remake the save. Right. So very good, another option there. Some more realistic things are like Vampire Spawn with 5 CR, and then there's a Spawn of Caius, I think it's from Volos. another zombie type thing that's got green worms coming out of it and stuff that can like fling onto enemies. There's some good zombie targets for your command undead, and I think I found like 6 or 8 between 5 and 20 CR or something like that. They're actually viable targets that are going to be permanent under control. Even if you don't get one of those though, you're still talking 2, 3, 4 CR undead. There's plenty of those too.
So ultimately, a lot of quirky things you can do depending on what's DM dependent, of course, with a lot of things. We know we say that a lot, but it's kind of how the things go.
Some classes are definitely more DM dependent than others, especially how much that you get away with, because
especially casters.
Yeah,
most of them are caster problems.
Then lastly, we have the overall class synergy. It's going to overlap a little bit with combat just because of how things work, obviously.
Yeah.
For this one, there's a few things that you can synergize with in the wizard class.
Makes it kind of hard.
You have to look at pretty much the only things you can synergize with are your signature spells and your spell mastery.
Yep.
So spell mastery, you pick first and second level spell that you can cast at will, and signature spell, you get 2 third level spells that you can cast once a day without expending a spell slot, and also doesn't take up your known spell list. Obviously, Animate Dead is going to be prime candidate for signature spells.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to take it, just because you get the bonuses to it. It's going to be a vital spell to your subclass, so that's definitely a no-brainer on there. No pun intended. Undead. Anyways, that being said, third level spell, another good one. Obviously, you're going to gain health back whenever you kill things. So picking an AoE spell like Fireball wouldn't hurt either, just because you get more targets to attempt to kill.
Yeah.
You have a higher chance of healing some.
Getting some.
Are you going to heal much? No, not really. But any little health, like you said, is going to be helpful.
With that D6 hit dice, 8 health is actually a decent portion of what your health is going to be.
So another thing to keep in mind there. And then also Grim Harvest synergizes with all of your spell mastery as well, because if you pick first and second level spells that deal damage, that basically gives you a chance to, whenever you kill something, you're going to heal. Right. So you just pick a bunch of damage spells for a bunch. You pick 2 damage spells for first and second spell. To get that opportunity for potential healing. Is it going to be much? No, but 4 health here, 2 health here, 4 health here. It adds up over time. Sure. Especially if you have it at will. 3.5 forms.
5.
For the synergy.
Right.
The amount of viability of Animate Dead is definitely up to your DM. If you're going into a dungeon and you have 100 zombies, good luck trying to get 100 zombies down into a hole.
Yeah.
But if your DM is nice, he might let you put a couple zombies into a bag of holding, or let you buy multiple bags of holding. There is a weight limit in bag of holding, so... and also the DMs may say that the bag of holding is only so big you can only get, maybe you can't fit a body in there. So
that's why you're gonna find like
some
halfling or some gnome skeletons.
There you go. Some workarounds here, guys.
Workarounds, man.
But overall, a very interesting, fun class. I think definitely a lot different to have the option of just being a zombie army commander instead of just a straight up caster.
Yeah.
Or some hybrid in between, a caster with a zombuddy.
Yeah.
And a bunch of spell slots.
You actually help a physical wall of things between you and stuff.
Right.
If nothing else, if somebody wants to get to you melee range, there's a lot of things they have to run to for opportunity attacks on them before they can even have a chance to get to you. So.
And of course, it makes Finger of Death that much more exciting because Finger of Death.
Because Finger of Death.
So, if you don't want a bunch of zombies that you have to expend spell slots for, you just try to finish off every target with Finger of Death, and you slowly get them instead of like quick. Animate Dead is a quick way to gather up skeletons. Right. You go to a graveyard and you're like, expend all my spell slots.
Right.
Try to raise everything.
I raised the town.
And you go out there, Liliana, and just...
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for our new videos come out. Don't forget about the giveaway. Make sure you comment down below, let us know what you thought about the video.
And subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.